Satnam community, I'm Annie, creator of the Yogic Revolution, your online space that supports your eating habits for spiritual growth. And today I want to talk a bit about fasting, specifically in 3 days, which are specific dates of the moon cycle. But let's start before by understanding what is fasting and how does that work? Why is it a good idea to fast? So imagine our biological body as this wonderful biological machine that has where happens all sort of process inside us so we can actually experience life on earth. Now this machine needs to be fed, and that's why we eat mostly. And so we have solids and liquids feeding. Not everything we eat is the most beneficial for our body, when we know that. There are plenty of junk food around, but other ways that our body absorb external things is also through our environment. It can be very healing, but most of the time it's harmful through the pollutants that we have in our atmosphere, for example, or chemicals that we pass on our skin with cosmetics and so on. So there are many ways how our body is absorbing external things, and the main one is through food. As any complex organism and machine, our physical body needs maintenance. But our body is very intelligent. What happens is it has the intelligence, the mechanism to self-heal, to self-regulate, but it needs space for that. And we need to give the conditions for the body to heal, to regulate, to eliminate toxins, and we can help this process to happen. Now, from time to time, it's good to have a little maintenance for our body. The amount of energy the body spends to digest food, to process what we are eating, and to absorb the nutrients, it's incredible. And even if we consider the best of the scenarios, someone that eats only health food and eat within a certain schedule that is beneficial for the body, even in the best scenario, our body still needs an extra little space there to do its job, to auto-cleansing, auto-regulate, eliminate these toxins. But as we all know, most of us don't really give this perfect scenario for the body. We have our junk foods, we have our chocolates and our pastas and things that it might not be the best option for the body. Eating before going to bed or as soon as you wake up. So there are many other factors. I'm not going to get into detail in this video. Maybe it's a subject for another video. But the thing is, the body needs the maintenance. And fasting, when we give our body a time without having to worry about processing all the food we are eating, it's when you have time to self-heal, to regulate itself. There are many studies on the subject about fasting. A lot of people use fasting, dry fasting or just water fasting, for the purpose of healing from serious illness like cancer, for example. And all these studies just emphasize the magic that our body contains, the power that our body contains if we give the body a chance. It's important to know how to fast, especially if you've never done that before, and how to break the fast. This is very important. Very important. And I'm going to talk about that at the end of the video. But what does it have to do with the moon cycle? In the moon cycle, there are 3 days specifically that influences our body as a whole. And these days are the new moon, the full moon, and the Ekadashi, which is the 11th day of the moon cycle. Now, imagine how the moon affects our planets. You know, the ocean, for example, the tide goes up and down according to the phase of the moon. And considering that our body is made out of 80% of water, so do you think the moon wouldn't have any influence on our body? No, it does, and it's a lot. So on full moon, for example, the incidence of people that commit crimes on the street is higher because we tend to become, our mind tends to become more disturbed in this on the full moon, because the waters in our body, the gases in our body, they're all like going crazy, and it affects the way we think. It affects our mind. Once we bring some conscious awareness of what day of the moon you are in, you start to realize, the behaviors, the patterns of behaviors in your life. And on the full moon, it's a day that, I'm more susceptible to have an argument with someone, for example, or to feel a bit lost, or to feel a bit down. These 3 days are great days to give our bodies a break for self-maintenance. Therefore, we're not going to be so much affected with all the craziness that we can get into on the full moon, on the new moon, Ekadashi. Also, the year greats that it's easier for our body to balance our hormones, to get our hormones into balance, especially in Ekadashi day. There are many traditions that use Ekadashi to fast and to meditate. So in this day, it's interesting to get a whole 24 hours of working in yourself. Take it easy, fast, leave the food aside a little bit, take a moment to sit down, be with yourself and meditate, because not only you can make these days easier for you, for your mental state, for your emotional state, but also you can take the most of it. You can go be ahead with easier. It's a bigger opportunity. Have you heard about that every crisis there's opportunity behind it? And that is so true for these 3 days of the moon, new moon, full moon, Ekadashi. Because normally is a day that people get into crisis. But if you give the right conditions for the body, know how to break the fast and practice a meditation, or something that it's good to feed your spirit. If we give these proper conditions, we not only will avoid the crisis, but we also gonna be ahead in our spiritual, mental, emotional state easier, as if we were doing all this stuff in another day. They are great portals, energetic portals. And if we take the advantage of this portal, it's a gift that we have 3 times. Oh, the sun on my face. It's a great gift that we have 3 times per month to engage in this, give a break and invest in our spirit, not with solid food, but with etheric food. The way we think, the way we act, the way we take care of ourselves, then you can take amazing benefits from it. Now, talking a bit about how to fast, there are a few ways, and I'm gonna start from the beginner's way, who never done any type of fasting before. If you are someone that ate lots of junk food, or not necessarily just junk food, but never really tried fasting, what I recommend is you the 24 hours of the new moon or the full moon or Ekadashi, you eat only vegetables and fruits, nothing else. And especially raw, in its raw form. Of course, I'm gonna eat a raw potato, but mostly raw, I would say. Do that, fruits and vegetables. Now, if you've practiced fasting before, what you can do is you can also juice. Just juice. Don't take any solid intake, but take only liquid. So you can juice vegetables, you can juice fruits, and just feed yourself with liquids that have these micronutrients. It's an easy way. Now, one step more advanced is the water fasting. In the water fasting, you just take water into your body. Okay, so no solids, no other type of liquid other than water. But to take the most of everything. But if only if you've done fasting before, only if you've done at least a liquid fasting before, go for the dry fasting where you don't take anything, you don't take water or you don't take food. It's just the whole day with no intake. And if you feel like super, I don't know, thirsty, or if you feel like doing something, you can just, water your mouth and spit it out. But don't take anything. This is the dry fasting. And I probably have to create another content just explaining in depth what this means. But for the sake of this video, I just want to tell you these degrees of fasting that you can use. And with experience, you try one upgrade of your version of fasting with time and experience. But if you have any health problem and you're sick or ill, I strongly recommend you talking to a health practitioner first. And how to break the fast. This is, my friends, very important. I really want to highlight this, how to break the fast. What I recommend is, please don't go straight to junk foods. Don't go straight to any type of solid food. I recommend you get a warm water with lemon, and you can even put a little bit of salt in it. Stir it up and take 2 glasses of it. Take a liter. I prefer, normally what I do, I drink a liter of warm water with lemon or lime and drinking. This helps to flush the toxins that were, accumulated during the process of self-maintenance of the body. It flushes our kidneys. It's amazing for the body. And with the salt, a little bit of salt, it helps to give a little kick in this flushing. It's very healing for the body too. So you drink that, you can wait the time you go to the toilet and pee. And then the first thing you eat a fruit, a raw fruit. No, it's not canned fruit. I'm talking about raw food. Banana is really good for that. Apples. Choose a fruit and eat and wait, because it's like a little sponge that goes in your gut and scrubbing everything and flush everything out with the water, lemon, and the fruit. It is an important health way to reintroduce food into our bodies as well. And after the fruit, you can start eating normally, but take it easy. Don't go crazy on your burger, for example, because I've done that, and this is really not great for the body. You're gonna feel it. Your body can have some serious reaction if you introduce any type of food straight after fasting. So just to wrap up everything, fast is important so it can give a break to our physical body for self-maintenance. It's healing for the spirit. And fasting specifically in these 3 days of the moon, new moon, full moon, Ekadashi, it is a great portal, energetic portal that we can take advantage to heal the spirit as well. There are many levels of fasting. Choose the one accordingly to what you have experience with. Break the fast wisely. Take a lemon water, perhaps a little bit of salt, and eat the first thing is a fruit. And introduce foods back wisely to your body. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this content. I organize 3 times moon meditation, 3 times per moon cycle with these dates. And it's free, it's online. If you're interested, I'm gonna put the link below so you can subscribe to this. So if you like to do this in community, please subscribe to this link below. And I see you during the meditation, or I see you next video. If you like this content, please subscribe to the channel or give a thumbs up for this video and share with who you think you might get some benefits from it. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you next time. Sat Nam.